This is the new and revised Skoda Octavia. Ta-da! Doesn't look much different except for one thing in particular that everybody's talking about. Not sure if I'm a fan or not of it. I'd love to know what you think. Comments below, please, if you don't mind. Are you ready? Are you sitting down? It's this. What do you think? Touchscreen is immaculate. It's beautiful looking, looks really great until you touch it. Second you touch it, you're going to start noticing the smudges from your fingers all over the screen. Now, I have relatively clean hands, but I notice every time I touch this, it just leaves these little dots and fingerprints everywhere. I think mid-level you're going to be looking at an 8-inch touchscreen, which doesn't look dissimilar to this, but this is nicer, it's bigger, it's a little bit chunkier and all the rest as well. Cigarette pack, or smoker's pack, I think it is sitting in here. Of course, you can fit a 12 volt into that. That's where your cigarette lighter is there as well. Cup holders here to the center. In the center armrest, quite shallow, it's quite small. 2 USB points to the rear as well. I wonder why you're getting more USB points to the rear. As I think of most cars, more likely, like the passenger seat's always the first one to go. Unless, of course, you're a taxi driver, then a lot of people still go into the back. And as we all know, Skoda Octavia is a massive taxi car. In terms of the steering wheel, I really like the feel of it. I like this flat bottom going on here as well. That's kind of nice. Of course, the RS version feels a lot sportier, and if you're subscribed to our channel, you'll know that we've already done RS, Skoda Octavia VRS review, as well as Skoda Octavia Scout, and the link is up there. If you haven't subscribed, now's a good time. The button's below you here. The instrument binnacle in front of me, there's a tiny TFT display going on in there. It gives you your phone numbers, it gives you radio stations and things like that that you can flick through, and as well as that you get your driving data, what's your fuel economy, current fuel economy, what your trip computer's telling you, and all the rest as well. I suppose, yeah, they could do better there. That's a nice layout of dash, good quality materials used here as well. It's nothing too cheap, and that's one thing I really love about Skoda. They're an affordable enough brand. I mean, entry level for this is in around 20 grand, right? You're not going to get this smart link system or anything like that. You get the normal radio system, but it wouldn't be anywhere near as fancy as this. That's all good, but they use good materials, and I really like that. I like this fake wood trim going on here as well. I'm assuming it's fake. Yeah, it's fake. What we have here is a 2-litre TDI, 150 brake horsepower diesel, right? And I suppose this will be the choice of most taxi drivers, okay? It's a good engine. There's a couple of things I don't like about it. First off, it is a very loud engine, okay? The petrol is obviously going to be quieter. The other thing as well is I find the bite point between the clutch and the accelerator is, I don't know, it's something about it that's just rubbed me up the wrong way. I found that it's been difficult to start on a couple of occasions. The start-stop system has kicked in when I've been trying to take off because I'm not finding the right bite point. In terms of taking corners and things like that, as I said, if you want the real dynamics and a bit of fun out of a Skoda Octavia, you have to go for that VRS version. But in this, it's absolutely fine. It's not going to blow your mind, but it's fine in corners, both in the city and outside the city. It's good in that regard. There's no major bumps or bruises when you're driving along as well. Suspension setup is fine. Nice on the motorway. Fair whack of road noise when it comes to, like, we're wearing 18s here at the moment. Bit of noise, road noise comes through, and as well as that, there's whistle coming off this wing mirror here, but it's nothing awful. It's nothing, I suppose, it's nothing too loud. The thing about this car is, right, so we're in style, second from top in terms of trim. 29 grand for this one here. We've got a couple of extras thrown in, like those 18-inch alloys. We got a special set of them, okay? Entry level of 20 grand. It really is always worth having a look at Skoda Octavia. Yes, it's not the most attractive car out there. It's not ugly by any means either. It's kind of, I suppose, borderline boring to look at. But once you're inside, you really appreciate what Skoda's all about. And that's kind of, I won't say luxury at an affordable price, but really good quality at an affordable price. And I have to say I admire that about them. I like the clever things that they have going on in the car as well. So the back of the Skoda Octavia, right, and it's one thing that Skoda are really getting fame for, is the amount of space that they're going to give you for your money. This is my normal driving position in Skoda Octavia. We pointed this out before in the Skoda Kodiaq, and as well as that in Skoda Superb. Legroom in their cars are immense, or is immense. Legroom's immense in their cars, right? Look at this. That's my normal driving position. I'm just under 6 foot. To those of you in the USA or places like that, I'm about 182 centimetres, if that makes sense to you, but just under 6 foot for the rest of us. I have to say, that's loads of room. Now, we have that one slightly further back because Tim needed room earlier on to take some shots inside the car. Now, you get loads of little extras in here as well. Remember, we're second from the top in terms of trim, right? So we have two USB points there, right? We have an ashtray here for some strange reason. We have a text going off in the front there as well. Should have turned off my phone. In here you have your center armrest, coffee cups going on there. And as well as that, if you're into skis, there's your load through there for your skis going through there. Great, that's all good. Seats are comfortable enough as well. I see ISOFIX points here on 2 of the seats. So just like in the Kodiaq, there's only 2 ISOFIX points. Why would you have a third in the middle? I'm not entirely sure. I can't imagine somebody trying to get 3 boosters in this car long term or anything like that. Of course, you got the parcel shelf going on there to the boot, which we'll have a look in a second. In terms of kids inside the car here, right, so they're going to have good leg room, and they probably won't need it, but they're going to have these pockets going on here for their, I suppose, business, newspapers and things like that as well. Okay, yeah, let's have a look at the boot. Simply clever, okay? These bits of plastic, in case you haven't seen our Skoda Kodiaq or Skoda Superb review, these bits of plastic here will hold solitary bags of shopping or bottles or whatever you want in place. Very good space, no shocker. And this, folks, is why I suppose taxi drivers are constantly opting for the Skoda Octavia. Okay, so this is the Car Buyer's Guide YouTube channel. Over here you're going to see, I suppose, the logo of Car Buyer's Guide. Press it, you'll follow our channel, and of course you'll be kept up to date as to all the videos that we release here. Other than that, we'll see you again very soon.